Shalom, family. Shalom, shalom. Put a put a four in the chat if y'all can hear me. We gonna switch it up. Put a four in the chat. I need to go see a barber or something. Get right. How like my cousin. Ooh we. But anyway, yeah. Let's put a four in the chat. The audio good. Shalom, tribe of Issachar. What's good with you, family? Shalom. Oh man. All praise, all praise. The water. The water. Yeah. So the brother Never asked about doing the class on that dragon arm in Revelation 12. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna look into it and we might as well just let's do a breakdown on it. And so all praises the water for the suggestion for real. And Lord willing, this class, edifying, help clear some things up about Revelation 12. All praise. Let me go ahead and get this thing started. Share screen. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get started in this. All praises. At the water for the fours. Get into this book of Revelation. All right. In this book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And so, with this, we're about to get some understanding. Even the first verse is not a literal woman. We got to see what it's talking about, because John talks like this all throughout the book of Revelation, right? So I'm gonna grab the precept for the woman in Jeremiah. Oh, boy, I can't type for nothing. I ain't past that. Jeremiah 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So we saying Zion is referred to as a woman in the scriptures, right? And we can also go to Genesis 37, because it said she had 12 stars, a crown of 12 stars, right? Where is it at? When Joseph had a dream. Is it 11? Let me see. Nah, let's keep going up. Envied his father. Boom. Let's see. Where do I want to start at? Let me just go to the point, verse 9. Genesis chapter 37 and verse 9. And he dreamed yet another dream and told his brethren and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obscene to me, right? And those 11 stars is talking about the 11 of the tribes, his brothers, and Joseph being the 12th star, right? So them 12 stars above Israel's the 12 tribes. I'm going back to Revelation. I can't type for nothing today. I mean, I ain't never been good typing for real. So we see that in this woman clothed with the sun, the moon, and stars. We got to understand what that is. The sun, moon, and the star. What do? They produce light. They're shining, right? The sun, they produce light. If I'm right, the same word for It's the same Hebrew word for to sign and to teach. It's the same thing. I believe it's Zahar. And what shine and what teach, and that's our light. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is like a lamp, and the law is a light, and the reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So we saying that the sun, moon, star, these are great lights. Being the great lights, those are the great lights. That's going to be the commandments. So she already had the wisdom, because we know understand the commandments is our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So this is what she's being clothed with. It says, and she was being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. All right. Why she's in pain? Because we're getting persecuted at the time, and this she's about to give birth to Yahweh Shai. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 horns, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. So we understand this woman, right? This woman is Israel, who is the child, Yahweh Shai, the Messiah that's always been prophesied throughout the scriptures. And it says his tail drew down a third part of the stars. What's a third part of the stars? We understand that this is speaking back in Old English. So it's not necessarily talking about a third of 12, meaning 4. It's 3. All right. And we can go to, what is it, Ezra 1? Yeah, I want to say it's Ezra 1, Salakia. We can see which tribes was primarily there. It was primarily in the land, because we already understand that the northern kingdom was gone. They was going after the Assyrian captivity. Majority of the northern kingdom was going after the Assyrian captivity. But let's see. We'll start at Ezra chapter 1, verse 3. Who is there among you of all his people? His God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and build the house of the Lord God of Israel. He is the God which is in Jerusalem. And so whoever remaineth in any place where he sojourneth, let the men of his place help him with silver and with gold and with goods and with beasts, beside the freewill offering for the house of God that is in Jerusalem. All right, context, this is Cyrus the king speaking. Boom. Then rose up the chief of the fathers of Judah and Benjamin, and the priests and the Levites, with all of them whose spirit God had raised, to go up to build the house of the Lord, which is in Jerusalem. So we already established that those stars represents the brothers, the 12 tribes. And we're seeing right here at the time, this is during the time of the Persians. This is before the Greeks and before the Romans. But this right here proves that the northern kingdom was already out the land during the time of the Medes and the Persians. And so we see the 3 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, and Levites. This is going down to essentially the southern kingdom, being the majority that was there. Like there are remnants. There were remnants, but we're not going to say it was a majority, because not going to say it was a majority or a major, because none of the chiefs stood up. Because we understand, according to Second Ezra, they all went to America, or Arsareth, as it like to be called in Second Ezra 13, right? Okay, Shalom family, Shalom everybody in the chat, Aria, Shalom Big Brew. The water. Big bro. The water. Hey, Barakatha. Appreciate you, family. Well, appreciate the donation for real. Going back to Revelation 12. All right, boom. So we established the third part of the stars, right? Now, the dragon. During the time the Messiah was born, who was the essentially the world power? Who was the people oppressing us? At that time, it was the Romans. And so this dragon is essentially, you could say, it's Esau kingdom or the ancient Romans, because it appeared her a wonder in heaven, and behold, a great dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. So, in being the ancient Rome, we understand that the 7 heads is essentially what it had dominion over, being let me see if I remember all of them. Germania Major, Germania Minor, Greek, France, Rome, Spain, and Britain. Well, Britannica. Those are the 7 heads and the 10 horns. I don't know if it's what Daniel 7. When it talks about those 10 horns are being nations being sprung out from the Roman kingdom. Hey, am I going too fast? Y'all good with the pace I'm going? Yeah, put a 1 in chat if I'm good, or 2 if I need to slow 2 if I need to slow down. Where was I at? Boom. We talked about the dragon. All right. Revelation 12 and 4. And his tail drew the third part of the stars, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And so, because we understand the water. We understand. I don't know. It was Herod. He was waiting for Yahweh to be born so he could kill him. Matter of fact, I'm trying to pull that verse. I'm gonna try to pull that verse. I know it's in Matthew 2, I believe. It's either Matthew 2, Matthew 3. Salakia. Boom. Yeah, all right, but I know I wasn't tripping. Cool. Matthew 2. Yeah, now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came 3 wise men from the east of Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod had heard these things, he was troubled, and all of Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and the scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art thou not the least of the princes of Judah? For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people. I'm trying to get down to the point. I might have been right there. And then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And we have found them, bring me word again, that I may come worship him. And when they heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east. Let me see. They rejoiced, Salakia. In verse 12, and being warned of God in the dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed and went another way. So it's already established in Matthew 2 that Herod was the one trying to seek the death of Yahushua. And we understand Herod was a Roman. So going back to Revelation 12, when it's talking about that great dragon, in verse 4, it stood before the woman to be delivered, for it was ready to devour her child as soon as it was born. Well, like around 2 years, he was trying to murder all the 2-year-olds, trying to hope that he killed Yahushua. Right? Verse Revelation 12 and 5. And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule all the nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. So who is that man child? We understand that's Yahushua, to rule all the prophets with a rod of iron. Let's go to Psalms 2. All right. Boom. We start at verse 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord said unto me, Thou art my son. This day I have begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. And thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them into pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise, therefore, O ye kings, be ye instructed, judges of the earth. And so I'm going in there showing it's already prophesied in the Old Testament that he's going to be having this that Yahushua will have this rulership with a rod of iron, so it's not going to be nothing sweet. It ain't going to be no honky dory kumbaya rulership. Nah, the rod of iron to dash into pieces. It says that even in Revelation 2. Boom. And he that overcometh, let me show you red letter. Boom. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So this is Yahushua saying he will give us power over the nations for keeping his commandments. The same thing that his father has promised him in verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter they shall be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. So going to back to this man child, we understand this. This is referring to Yahushua. In verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days, right? So this is ironically, they did the same in the days of Moses. Exactly. All these nations been big on killing our children. Like Neff said, especially it goes back to the days of Moses. Pharaoh, they were instructed to kill all the boys. But why is that? Because they understand the nation. You are identified as who your father is. That's why they're trying to kill off all the boys and keep the girls that were born, right? But going into this woman that fled, I'm going to Michael 4:10, because it's talking about the migration that Israel did to West Africa. Look on Micah. Boom. All right. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies. And so when it say be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, is the reason we're in pain because obviously we're being downtrodden and oppressed. This is around 70 AD. For now thou shalt go forth out of the city, out of Jerusalem, because that was majority of us was exiled after 70 AD, and shall dwell in the field. In the field, we're going to West Africa. We can see that's West Africa because there was no type of archaeology to prove that there was civilization in West Africa before the 2nd and 3rd century. That's why I'm saying it was a place prepared, because not saying people wasn't there, but nobody dwelt there. Nobody made civilization there. That's why that's why you can't find any civilization with archaeology from before 2nd or 3rd century AD in West Africa. Boy, hey, that was that was a tongue tire for me. So lucky. Now go forth and travel, and there shall dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. Where did we go after we was on the west coast of Africa? We went to Babylon. We went to the so-called Americas. This is where we went. It's understood that, well, I'm not gonna say it's understood, but most of the people here already know America's Babylon. So it's like we're gonna go to Babylon, and there thou shalt be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies. So that's how we know the wilderness ain't so-called America or any other type of thing. Exactly. Hey, what is that like what I should put? Let me boom. Exactly. J. Edgar Hoover. These people understand. Like that was the whole point of the FBI for real. Look, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Huey P. Newton, anything to get us to make us understand we're still oppressed. They were trying to stop it. The war on drugs is really a war on us, for real. Because we understand these devils that they're doing the same thing much worse. But we get sent to prison, they get sent to rehab. Fred Hampton, exactly. We get sent to prison, they get sent to rehab. Why is that? It's a war on us. Because under the 13th Amendment, you can be a slave. They wasn't trying to slave their own people like that, for real. That's why they sent them to rehab, so they can get help, so they can heal them. We'll go back to this Revelation. For the woman that prays to God, that they should feed her there 1,203 days. Those days are being years. So 12,000, well, not 12,000, 1,260 days is roughly 1,200 years, well, 1,260 years. And just by doing that, right, 1,260 years, boom, let's say, what, 200 to 300 AD, that's close to around the time the transatlantic slave trade happened, around the 1600s. It's no coincidence the math add up that way. It's no coincidence the math add up that way, for real. All right, in verse Verse 7. Let's get into it. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. So this isn't no mystery dragon like many people who don't really have understanding, especially outside this truth. It's not a literal dragon that's going to fly in the sky. It's not the devil or his allies up in the third heavens fighting. Nah. And this is just talking about there's going to be a war in the sky such as, the same sky as the birds, between the Air Force, quote unquote, Space Force, versus the so-called chariots, or like they say, the UFOs. They already admitted that they're preparing for a UFO strike. These heathens know what's going on for real. The ones in power. The heathens in power know what's going on for real. They already said they're preparing for a UFO attack. This is the war in heaven, and they're preparing for that war in heaven. This dragon is preparing for the war in heaven. As a matter of fact, I'm going to prove there's more than one heaven. Let me go to the three heavens. Shalom, Mike. Shalom. Was it 2 Corinthians? I'm tripping. Is it 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians? Let's try it. 2 Corinthians 12. All praises back. 2 Corinthians 12 and 2. I knew a man in Christ above 14 years ago. Whether in the body, I cannot tell, or whether out the body, I cannot tell. God knows. Such and one caught up to the third heaven. This idea of multiple heavens was fairly common, that people were just saying it on the regular, because you understand you got the heaven such as the sky, the heaven such as, like, I don't use the word outer space, but the firmament, and then you got the heaven that the Most High dwell in. So going on, I want to say what, verse 7? No, verse 8. And prevail not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Meaning, hey, they weren't going to, like, they're not going to win. And they lost. And it's talking about rulership. It's not talking to anything else. It's dealing with rulership. They're no longer going to be. They lost this war. They lost the war in heaven. They lost to the chariots, and they're no longer going to be in rulership. Let's go to Revelation 11. The chapter before, is it 15? Yes, sir. Revelation chapter 11, verse 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever. And so we seeing that after this war, they're not, it's over with. Hey, they just stuck. We're gonna be on top, nothing else. Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 1. How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remember not his footstool in the day of his anger. And we're cast down from heaven and down to earth, because we understand at one point we was in heaven, right? During the time of King David and the time of King Solomon, we were in heaven. After that, hey, boom. That's when all the slavery and oppression started to happen. We was already going off. Boom. All right. Then we went to the Babylonian Syrian kingdom. Then we was oppressed by the Median and the Persians, then by the Greeks, now by the well, this is the the revised Roman Empire, but we still it's still an extension of the Roman Empire. And this is how we fell. This is how we fell to earth. So that heaven, we showing that right now. We're just proving that heaven is rulership, pretty much being the top dog on earth. Let's go back. Prevail not. No more heaven. And the great dragon was cast out. That old serpent was called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So we already established that being cast to the earth means you're no longer in a position of rulership. So this is saying that this kingdom, Esau's kingdom, is going to be is going to be in an oppressed state after this war. They're no longer going to be in rulership position. And we use this verse right here proves that. Let me say, hey, the devil's a white man. This is the verse to go to it, because we understand you can go all throughout history. What were the ethnicity of the Romans? What were the ethnicity of the Romans? And many people will clearly say, oh, hey, they were quote unquote Caucasian people. You can see it in the movies. You can see it, exactly, the Edomites. You can see it all throughout history. But we see right here, those Romans being that dragon who oppressed our people, they say they're the devil. But then people look at us like we wrong for saying it, right? But this is the verse you go to prove that. The cave dwellers. Oh man, hey, there's actually a list of slurs on the internet. I gotta find it. It's not like on the internet. It's like on like one of them little videos. Someone just got a list of them. I'm about to find it. I should have screenshot it when I saw it, but I was tripping. Let me see. Boom. And his teeth of the horror, he was cast out, and his angels were cast out with him. Also understanding that devil and Satan mean, well, I'm gonna just go into it. All right. You're saying this word devil in the Greek. Prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. And this is what they do. Example, not even dealing with us. United States of America, they falsely accuse Iraq of having weapons of mass destruction. We still have yet to find the weapons of mass destruction. But we found a whole bunch of oil though. Gas prices was knocked down to $1 and some change for real. Might have been less than that. I was young. I was real young. I wasn't buying gas yet, so I wouldn't know for real. But I know it was less than $2. I know that much. But we ain't found no weapons of mass destruction. But we found a whole bunch of oil though. But they was able to go there based off that false accusation. Just like they're able to go on many other countries talking about they're going for democracy. Oh, this quote unquote, this branch of government, the way they're doing their government is bad. We're gonna go teach them democracy. And they don't do nothing but destroy the place. Use it for all its resources and then leave it. Look at Haiti. Hey, used up all the resources and left it. Everywhere they go. Rape, rob, and murder. Yeah, I say grape, rob, and murder. The water. So that's talking about that word devil mean falsely accusing. We're gonna see what this word Satan mean, right? I'm tripping. Let me go back to this word. tripping. Revelation 12:9. Let's go down to the Satan in the Greek. It says adversary, one who oppresses another in purpose. So these people, they are the people who spread false accusations, and they are oppressors. And this is who the devil is. This is who this dragon is. This dragon isn't a mystical figure in the sky. No, this dragon is in the really the revised. Well, at this time, Roman Empire, revised Roman Empire, falsely accused Emmett Till. Exactly. They have a bloodlust. Esau's kingdom, this dragon, that's essentially what it's representing. And falsely accused Emmett Till. And then falsely accused Emmett Till, and then pay the people who did it to do an interview. And then have the woman who falsely accused them live all hunky-dory, like everything cool, like she just ain't get this little boy murdered for nothing. They don't have no guilt, they don't have no conscience. Matter of fact, that's why let's go to this is off topic real quick, but let's not off topic. We're talking about him. I'm talking about Esau. 12:16. What version? Was it the ESV that I like? Is sexually immoral or unholy? It's the one that says godless. Now I'm trying to find it. Boom. Exactly. Make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau, who traded his birthright as a firstborn son for a single meal. And this is how we know they're immoral. The fact you can get a little boy murdered off a lie you told for no reason. Like, it ain't like you got rich off of that lie. You just did a lie just to do it. You ain't come up off of nothing off that lie. And that lie served you no benefit at all whatsoever. I'm talking about the white lady who lied on Emmett Smith. Oh, Emmett Till, not Emmett Smith. But that lie served her no purpose. It was mainly just to see this little boy Emmett Till getting lynched. Immoral and godless. These people, the great dragon, the devil, the devil the Bible speaks of. It's these people. Let me go back to honestly, I was on 12 and what? 11. Let me go back to KJV. I'm gonna start tripping. Boom. Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser, what did it say that the devil was? A false accuser. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. They loved not their lives unto death. No overcame, because we're told, hey, those who say endure to the end. That was just me roughly paraphrasing it. I'm gonna go to it though. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Let's see if I can just hit back to the Revelation. Nope, that didn't work. So I'm saying overcame. It's those that endure. And by the word of their testimony, they love not their lives unto death. How do we not love our lives? Kind of like us said, hey, that's pure evil. They truly are the devil. We can see it in their actions they use. And so we love not our lives. We love not our lives because we stopped doing the things we were doing for our lives. We started keeping the commandments. We started doing what we need to do to serve our God Yahweh. You feel me? By following the example that Yahweh Shai left for us. That's how we no longer love our lives. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath a short time. And so now we go back to understanding that these people already know what's truly going on. They truly already know what's going on. So they know these prophecies are coming to fruition, coming to fulfillment, just like we know these prophecies coming to fulfillment. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to oppress us more. They're trying to cause us to fall into more sin. Like, just think about it. Like a few years ago, well, I'm gonna just speak only for Atlanta. I would say about maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, going to like a crab bar or something like that. They was around, but it wasn't popular. Now it's like they almost on every 3 or 5 corners. Hey, you can find a crab boil. You can find some type of abominable food. Boom. It's like everything. They're trying to keep us into sin, whether we know it or not. Like I've gone to this verse plenty of times. Judith 5 and 19, 20. Exactly like Neff said. They push pork in your face and everything. Like, go to a soul food spot. You want some collard greens? It may have some pork in it. You want some baked beans? It may have some pork in it. Like, it's all bad. Some of the toothpastes have pork in it. Like I just recently learned some of the like hot dogs, some of the casing that they wrap it in is made of pork. So the hot dog may be 100% beef, but it's wrapped in pork casing. Marshmallows. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that was one that got me. When I first came into this truth, I was like, marshmallows, that got pork in it. It's like stuff you think, I mean, what's the point? Like, what's the point of putting pork in toothpaste? What about pork is making toothpaste so great? Is that like Big Bruce said? You gotta watch out for all casings. But why are they doing this? Because they understand, like in Judith 5 and 20. As long as we in sin, willing and no willing, hey, they feel they can continue to have reign over us. Big Bruce said it's pork and chocolate as well. I ain't never heard that one before. I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard about feces and all this other stuff. I ain't never heard about no pork and some chocolate, man. You gotta send me the source on that one, brother. You gotta send me the source on that one. All right, going back to yeah, he has a short time. All this to keep us in sin, to extend the time that he had, to extend the time he had over rulership of us. But he understands his time coming to an end. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman, which brought forth the man child. So having this understanding that, hey, this is not going to last long. This eternity rulership that they believe they have is not, it's just a figment of their imagination. They are not going to be ruling over us that long. They know it. That's why It said, "He persecuted the woman which brought forth the child." They're persecuting Israel. No matter what we're doing, they are our enemy. Granted, all the other nations are enemy too, but it's like you got the top op. They are the top op, right? And it's been that way. It's been that way since Jacob, Esau, the brothers. It's been that way. In verse 14. And see, it's funny because right now, John, he's pretty much retelling the story. This part right here, verse 13, 14, it's like he's retelling what happened in the beginning of the chapter. When it says, "And the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness." That's her going into the wilderness. Let me see, where is it at? 7 heads. In verse 6, "And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God." It's the same thing. Where she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time, for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. Right? What's that serpent? It's that same dragon. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. And it says she after the moment is where is it at? Salakia. Where she was nourished for a time. Because they were following us, but we was there for a time. And what was that time? It was 1,260 days. More, we understand them days meaning years. And that was the rest. Because once that time ended, we was right back on it. It was right back to oppressing us. Like I said, being a transatlantic slave trade. And the serpent, verse Revelation chapter 12 and verse 15. "And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman." And this right here is pretty much talking, it's essentially dealing with war tactics, such as that nature. When it's talking about his mouth, the water as a flood, that he might cause her to be carried away by the flood. Essentially causing us that we will be destroyed. We will no longer exist. Kind of right here. Hey, this is one of my favorite verses right here. Brother Kodash came through with the clutch. Not there for if any of this were. I wish I can show both of them, but yeah, that Judah 5. It just let us know that these people know what they're doing. These people truly understand what they're doing. Don't let them fool you. They know what's up, and that's why we gotta be more diligent. We gotta be more prepared. We gotta know what's up. We can't be the ones that, right? And it says, "And the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away by the flood." Essentially, us being destroyed. That's what they want. But hey, the Most High made a promise. He made a promise to Abraham. We ain't gonna. We're not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We're not gonna be destroyed. What's is it Jeremiah? Now I gotta find it. I want to say. So like I want to say it's Jeremiah 33. It's either 32 or 33. Let me try to find this real quick. So lock you. Boom. Yeah, all right, cool. All praises. I ain't tweaking. Jeremiah 33. Let's start at let's say Lord is it should be ministered. No. So man, I cannot find the Salakia. Look. And the Virgin Mary, same, boom. Kingdom and the host of heavens. As the host, neither can number see Saul will multiply the seed of servant David. That's this. Yeah, all right, boom, right here. In verse Jeremiah chapter 33 and verse 25. Thus saith the Lord, if my covenant be not with day and night, and if I have not appointed the ordinances of heaven and earth, then I will cast away the seed of Jacob and David my servant. So it's saying, if my covenant be not with day and night, we understand the Most High, he controls day and night, right? Saying once he loses control of day and night, everything in the sky, everything on earth, he said, then I will cast away the seed of Jacob. Then, all right, boom, they destroy, they gone, they out of here. And David my servant, so that I will not take any of the seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for I was a cause of captivity return and have mercy on them. But we understand that he always going to have this. He always going to have powers over everything. So he's not going to cast us away. So when the dragon was doing that war, it was called the serpent later on in Revelation 12, we have the understanding, no, this ain't nothing you can do to help, to get rid of us. It's not going to happen. In Revelation 12 and 16, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth, swallow up the flood, with which the dragon cast out of his mouth. So we understanding that serpent, and it said out of the mouth of water as a flood, is dealing with warfare. So the question is, how did earth help? And the earth help was such as with the elements help fight against the warfare. All right. I'm pull something up for you. Valeria. Haitian war. Let me see. Let me share this screen, right? Salakia. You saw how the earth helped. This is malaria in the French and Haitian War, the French and Haitian Revolution, right? And so we understand France. Now that was one of the heads of the Great Dragon. That was one of the heads of the Great Dragon, and Haiti, the Levites, being a predominant island of one of the 12 tribes. And how did the earth help? With the elements and such not. Malaria was a major factor in the French defeat in the Haitian Revolution War. All right, boom. And the hot and humid climate and spring rains in Haiti created ideal conditions for mosquitoes to breed. The French were stationed in low-lying port towns where mosquitoes were more prevalent for strategic reasons. The French had no immunity to malaria and yellow fever, two diseases that were prevalent in the Caribbean. Then what? So we saying what? By 1804, one estimate suggests that yellow fever killed over 80 to 85% of the French forces. And what's the source for that? The Oxford academic source, right? So when it's talking about how the earth had helped, this is how the earth helped the woman. And natural variables, natural elements, natural things that you can't plan for. This is how the earth helped the woman. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went out to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And we understand that even today, they're mad at us, especially the ones who understand this truth. Like you said, hey, well, not like you said, but like it was brought up recently at camp, and that brothers may forgotten that they put it first like a task force against people who go to church and combat Christianity. What group of people go to churches and combat Christianity? It's us. It's the Israelites. It's a task force against us. Another way to put us in the jail, another way to put us in hell, another way to put us in the cell. Jail, hell, and cell, another way to put us. He's angry with us. But we understand what we gotta do. We gotta continue to endure. We gotta be able to endure until we can get that salvation that we're seeking for. At the end of the day, that's what we gotta do. We gotta continue to endure and seek the salvation. But yeah, that was Revelation 12. All praises. Hope it was edifying. Salakia. If we're going a little bit sidetracked and whatnot. All praises, all praises. Yeah, but that's the end of the class. If y'all have any topics, feel free to put them in the chat. And I'll continue to write them down in my notes. I still got 2 more topics that I'm gonna do throughout the month. One, talking about the wilderness. We're gonna go up to it and talk about everything that's gonna go on in there. And then the other one is pretty much going into fake books. But if y'all have any topics y'all want me to go into, feel free to put them in the chat. The water. And I'm just glad to be a vessel, man. I'm glad that y'all was able to receive some edification. Hey, this all through the Most High. I'm nobody special, brother. The water, though. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes. Oh, praises. How'd y'all like the lesson? Lord willing, everything cool. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. Oh, also, if y'all have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat as well. What time is it? I'll give y'all like 5 more minutes. Y'all ain't saying nothing for real. Or y'all may be busy. The water enough. It's not a problem. The water for the topic. The water for the topic. Because usually I don't be knowing what I'm gonna go into until like Monday, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'm trying to break that habit because I feel like I ain't giving quote unquote best by waiting to the last minute. So having a topic already picked out for a week give me time to look into it and be able to give a better lesson. And that's what I'm saying. Hey, if y'all got topics, put them in the chat. The water. Yeah, man. It seems like y'all straight. All praises, man. It's the water. It's the water. Hey, I'm glad y'all grown with me in this process. Hey, I remember my first class. Ooh wee. Hey, uncomfortable, stuttering. I mean, I stutter. I stutter in general sometimes. But when I'm like in an uncomfortable spot for real, hey, I'm a stutter. I'm a stutter for real. I'm a stutter like hella stutter. And all praises the water. It's the water. Yeah, I ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't asking no more questions. We good. All praises. And with that, I like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. That's in the name of the world alien called Jesus Christ. And Shalom.